Hey, Tubi friends! Welcome to a brand new chapter of Old Man Brad. For those of you listeners that are new or old, thank you so much for giving Old Man Brad a listen. I really do appreciate it. As it is the first Tuesday of the month, that means I'm going to recap some of my highlights and lowlights for what I watched in Tubi this past month. Before we jump into that, subscribe to the show and drop me a review on your favorite podcatcher, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, wherever you listen to the show. Just drop me a review and let me know what you think. Let's move into Tubi Tuesday recap for November.
Shh, it's all right.
There's an old monastery there on that hill. You hear a lot of strange stories about that place.
What kind of stories?
Centuries of ignorant superstition, black magic.
You better hide your kid, you better hide your wife, because it's a big ass fight on the loose.
So we're gonna need a miracle.
That rules are made to be broken?
If you all wish to break family tradition, then I wish to forget this family.
Now do you believe?
You go straight to hell.
November was actually a slow month of Tubi watching for me. I only watched 11 films in total on Tubi in November, which was definitely a step down from October where I watched over 30. Usually I give a highlights and lowlights, like top and bottom watches for the month, but all the watches for this month were pretty solid. And I have a link in the description to the Letterboxd list for what I watched this month. For this month, I'm not going to give you a highlights or lowlights for the month. I'm just going to highlight 6 of my watches that I watched out of the 11 this month for you to check out. Usually when I give lowlights, those are ones that I rank, 2 stars-ish and below. And I had nothing that low this entire month. So I'm just going to basically highlight for you my 5 of my watches that you should check out on Tubi right now. As I always say, these movies are streaming on Tubi at the time of recording. So if you do come to this later, hopefully they are still streaming for you. So the first watch on my list is Hell Night from 1991. 4 college pledges are forced to spend the night in a deserted old mansion where they get killed off one by one by the monstrous surviving members of a family massacre years earlier for trespassing on their living grounds. So if you've listened to any of my previous episodes, I don't remember who I talked to. There are a couple people I've talked to. This movie has been mentioned multiple times that I should check out. So I was like, well, it is a sign. I need to watch it. And although, it's not the best movie I've ever seen, it was still fairly enjoyable for me. It had a good atmosphere to it, and overall, I did enjoy it. I love a good 80s horror film. This one, honestly, it did not disappoint. And I would recommend checking out Hell Night. Next up is an Italian giallo film from Lucio Fulci, and that is Demonia. An archaeological team in Sicily accidentally unleashes vengeful ghosts of 5 demonic nuns who were murdered 500 years earlier, and the ghosts now set out to kill the group and townspeople alike. So this was a movie I watched during one of our Tubi Tuesday themes. If you don't know or are not familiar with our Tubi Tuesday watches, just follow me on X at Tubi Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I put out a theme for the week. The way we do it, just one of our Tubi watches for the day, if we watch multiple, obviously. One of your watches on Tubi, just have it on theme. We did a Nuns theme recently. So what better movie than a Fulci movie? One that I hadn't seen. And when I say ghosts of nuns coming back to murder people, I was like, heck yeah, let's do this. Overall, this movie was pretty good. It's a little slow go for a while. but there are a few kills in it that are pretty brutal. There's a kill akin to Terrifier. You know, that scene in Terrifier, there's one in this, and this movie came out in 1990. The practical work in it was pretty awesome, and it was one of those when the kill happened, I was like, holy crap. Overall, Demonia from Fulci, definitely recommend go check it out. Next up is a movie that takes place during Thanksgiving that has been on my list for quite a while, and it's called Christy from 2014. When a college girl who is alone on campus over the Thanksgiving break is targeted by a group of outcasts, she must conquer her deepest fears to outwit them and fight back. So like I said, this is set during Thanksgiving. This girl ends up being the only one left on her college campus for the holiday, and it turns into a home invasion movie set on the campus, and she has to fight back and kind of outwit them with some twists along the way. And I really, really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. It stars Haley Bennett. For people who may not know, she's in the movie Swallow, which is a very good movie. Definitely recommend checking out Christy. This was just a fun home invasion, cat and mouse kind of chase movie. Overall, I really enjoyed and kind of wished I would have come to this movie sooner, but I am glad that I watched it now. Next up, we have Cruiser. Now, this is a found footage style movie. A mysterious hulking figure begins a night of carnage and terror in a small Georgia town after murdering a police officer and stealing his patrol car. Like I said, this is a found footage film, and all the footage is from the patrol car from the police officer that this man killed and kind of took his identity and is driving around pulling people over, thinking that they're in trouble and then murdering them. This is a crazy, crazy movie, and I'm usually not one for a found footage movie. Some hit good for me, but more often than not, I find them very dull. But this one was very entertaining. I was engaged. I highly recommend checking it out because it is pretty wild. It has some good kills, and what is scary is this is like something that could happen in the world, honestly. But yeah, check out Cruiser. Next up is a rewatch that I did of Big Ass Spider. This is one that I have mentioned probably multiple times. I post about it online occasionally, and it's probably my favorite Mike Mendez movie. Absolutely love this movie. It is stupid. It is silly. It is so much fun. When a giant alien spider escapes from a military lab and rampages across the city of Los Angeles, it is up to one clever exterminator and his security guard sidekick to kill the creature before the entire city is destroyed. This stars Greg Grunberg, who you may know from Heroes and many other things. He's in Star Wars in a small part. This film is cheesy. It's hilarious. So funny. I have a blast with this movie, and I've watched it multiple times, and every time I watch it, I chuckle at it. I just have a blast with it and enjoy it. So go check out Big Ass Spider because you're going to have a blast. The last one on the list is a Tubi original called Family Ornaments. When a holiday wish wreaks havoc on a fractured family, they must work through their differences to defeat an army of magical Christmas ornaments. So this movie was a surprise. I wasn't sure what to expect going in. I'd seen the trailers and I was like, okay, this could be really bad, or it could be just so okay. This movie is really fun. It starts off almost like Family Channel, Hallmark-esque kind of holiday cheesy movie, and then partway through it turns into a horror movie and this fight for survival against these ornaments that are coming to life that are going after them, and they have to try to defeat them and figure out how to stop it because one of them makes a wish and these ornaments come after him. And it is a blast. It was really, really enjoyable, and I recommend checking out Family Ornaments. Add it to your fun holiday watch lists and just have a blast with it. Just kind of like sit back, grab some popcorn, and just enjoy it because it is cheesy, cheesy fun. Well, there you go. There are my Tubi watches, or Tubi recap for November. As I said, it was a slow month for me. I only watched 11 movies on Tubi this past month. Typically, I'm watching upwards of 20 plus, but the holidays, I was away for a while, so I didn't get as many watches in as I hoped. But make sure you follow me online, just at Tubi Tuesday on X or at Old Man Brad on all of the places, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. I post some of my watches that I have. I also post every week. We do a Tubi Tuesday theme, but I will have links in the description below for you to check out. December will be a fun month. There are a ton of movies that landed on Tubi for December, like the John Wick series. If you haven't seen those, go check out John Wick, Batman Returns, Batman Forever. Fun movie Hellfest is now on Tubi that you should go check out. The whole Final Destination series is on Tubi if you've never watched through it. It is a fun series. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen the last one, so I'm definitely going to add it to my watch for December. But make sure you keep it right here, Old Man Brad. I'll be back next month with a recap of what I watched in December, finishing off the year. Just make sure you subscribe and you never miss it. And I have more great Old Man Brad episodes in the works. So until next time, remember, Tuesdays aren't just for tacos. We'll talk to you later, everybody.